Currently, there are close to 400 private senior high schools in the country. 330 are registered under the Conference of Heads of Private Senior High Schools. Within the La Nkwantanan Madina district alone, there are about 15 private senior high schools and only 2 public senior high schools. Heads of some of these private schools would not speak on camera for fear of being victimized. They were not happy about the policy, which they claim has tendencies of collapsing the private senior high school system. Public Relations Officer for the Association of Private SHS, Naftali Che-Bafo, lament some private schools are already collapsing.
If it's an undeniable fact that private sector is the engine of growth for development, then any policy that seeks to collapse the existing activities of private sector should be reconsidered. That is why we believe that in as much as the policy is very good, and as much as the policy seeks the interest and the well-being of students and that of parents and Ghanaians as a whole, it is also imperative that as we sit, we look at what are the things that can equally help the private ones to be sustained.
At the Preset Senior High School, current enrollment is 650. Headmistress of the school, Philomena Nate, says only about 5% of the students originally chose to be in the school. Within the system, it is possible that no one would even choose to attend private institutions, especially when tuition fees is much higher than that of public schools. She appealed that government provide some support to private senior high schools to make it more attractive. The private schools are waiting to see the cutoff point for admission in the various public senior high schools.
There was a cutoff point. Initially, it was 24 to up to grade 24. It was extended to grade 30. Private schools sustain their existence from the mop-up they get from candidates from grade 30 to whatever grades that it ends there. Now it has been extended to like almost 42. So our question now is, with the introduction of this free SHS, we are yet to hear from government if they are going back to the old system where the cutoff point will be pegged at 30, or they will still operate with the existing one like a grade 40, 42. If it still happens like that, then those who did not even qualify for admission into public institutions that we relied on, now because it's free and they will still be qualified, it means that come 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, there will be no private senior high school existing.
Stakeholders in the education sector are expected to meet in Kumasi on Wednesday for a national conference, and this will be one of the lead topics to be discussed. Kwabna Edu Ujemfi for TV3 News, Accra.